Money Vikings, welcome back. Money Viking G. I got a good one for you today. I want to talk about the 5 big financial regrets that I have. And this is so you'll learn from them and not do them. And hopefully, if you're younger than me, you'll do better. And I want to put it in context. Please wait until the end, because the 5th one is a pretty big one and it's very appropriate for the moment now. But I want to put this in context. I am not a big fan of regrets in general. I don't live my life that way, because I think to myself, we make decisions. When we're 20, when we're 18, when we're 30, wherever point we are in life, you make the best decisions you can, typically, given the wisdom, the knowledge, the life experience, the available choices that you have at that time. And so it's very easy to look back 20 years later, 30 years back, 10 years back, 5 years back, and say, well, I shouldn't have done that, or I should have done this. But you really don't know where those coulda, shoulda paths would have led. You just don't really know. Could they have been better? Maybe. But they might have been worse as well, because that's kind of the mystery of life. I mean, part of it is choices, but part of it is also sort of timing and luck and these things that really we don't control. So there's a little bit of an art form here in how we approach all this stuff. But anyway, I just want to give you that context first. I'm not a big fan of living your life with regrets. You have now to make different decisions. You have now to amend and to build a healthier life, healthier attitude, healthier view, better relationships, make better choices, do something, take an action in a good direction. You have now. That's all we ever really have. So anyway, I want to put that in context. But here they are. So without further ado, the five big ones. So the 5th one, the first one is, I at times pulled back too much on things that I feared in terms of investing were going to be more risky. So like whenever I thought maybe a recession was coming or whatever, I'd pull back and reduce exposure to riskier assets like the S&P 500 or whatever. And in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done that. I probably should have just kept putting it in, never touched it. If it went down, so what? Keep moving forward, right? Because and it wasn't that I ever sold everything and went to cash because I was so fearful, but there were times when I reduced exposure and it didn't really pan out. So that's the first one. The second thing, the second sort of life financial, these are financial regrets, is I wish I had not bought a new car when I was younger. I don't mind buying a new car now, kind of where I'm at in life. But a couple times when I was younger, like say in my early 20s, I bought a brand new car. And that didn't make any sense. I totally should have just bought a used car. I think that would have made much better financial sense in the long run. When you get to a certain point, I think it's fine to buy a new car when you're very secure financially, everything's locked down, you have assets, you have investments, all your debts, or they're paid off or in control, whatever. So that's the second one. So for the younger folks, embrace those used cars for a while, as long as you can extend that out. I think that has a lot of value to it, okay? What's the third thing? Okay, the third thing would have been slowing down a little bit in terms of certain real estate investments. Real estate investing is generally hard, frankly, to do. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of money. It's not passive until you're totally locked in, which takes a long time. And there was a time when real estate investing was really hot, really the big thing. It's not anymore. It's quite cooled down. But basically, I just sort of regretted getting into certain real estate investments and not sort of slowing down, taking my time, realizing, you got to realize something. If you lose a house that you want to buy, or a condo or a town, whatever it is, I had a very wise friend and realtor one time tell me, he said, trust me, there's always another one. And he was absolutely right. You can get your heart set on something But typically in most markets, something else comes up. It just takes time, and you'll have another chance. So that's another one that I would say was probably not the best move overall. Okay, the fourth one is, especially, and again, this is especially stuff when you're younger, do as much cooking from home as you can and avoid restaurants. Again, I think of like restaurants, it's almost like it should just be an every once in a while thing. You end up spending money on alcohol and drinks, which totally is too expensive. You end up paying a lot in tips. You pay a lot for the food. It can really add up, right? It can really eat into that budget, and it takes away capital over time that can be used for investments. When you're younger, learn how to cook. Take a cooking class, buy a cookbook. I bought a great years ago Trader Joe's cookbook. That actually was awesome. That was a big change for me. I get this Trader Joe's cookbook. I go to Trader Joe's, pick up the stuff, use that cookbook. It was all relatively healthy, tasty stuff, good food. But that was a big one. And I wish I had sort of ramped back on going out to restaurants, especially earlier in life. Every once in a while it's fun to go to a restaurant, but a restaurant should be a nice occasion thing. I think we should get back to that. It should not be like an everyday, certainly not an everyday thing, and maybe a once a week thing, right? But probably that's about it, in my opinion. Okay, the fifth one. I like to keep these compact, guys, so that you're totally like just getting the gist of it. The fifth one is this. I wish I had never sold any Bitcoin. So, did I hold on to Bitcoin for the last 7 years? Yes, I did. But there were times when I did sell it to take a profit. I did use that for a car at one point. But I wish that I had just held it the entire time. I think that would have been much better in the long run. And I just think that would have been really good right now, because I think we're doing a really good setup for Bitcoin. So those are the 5. I hope that helps you. Talk with you all on the next one. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe or whatever. Okay, bye.